So, I got a great story about leopards today, okay? So, Larry and Bob, the two leopards, are sitting on the ridge in the desert, and they see the gazelle running by. And Larry looks at Bob and says, "Hey, Bob, I'm going to go hunt some warthog." And Bob says, "Okay." And Larry takes off. The next day, they're sitting on the ridge again. Gazelles are going by. Larry says to Bob, "I'm going to go hunt some monkeys." Bob says, "Why are you going to do that?" He goes, "It might be a good idea." He says, "Okay." So off he goes. And the next day, they're sitting on the ridge again, and more gazelles are going by. And Larry says to Bob, "You know what? This time, I'm going to go hunt impala." And Bob looks at him and says, "Larry, what is wrong with you?" He goes, "There's plenty of gazelle. Why are you hunting all these animals?" And Larry says, "You just never know." So about 6 months go by, and they're sitting on the ridge, and they realize that all of the gazelle have moved on, and there's no more gazelle. And Bob says, "Man, Larry, I'm hungry." And Larry said, "Well, I'm not." He goes, "I can hunt warthogs, I can hunt monkeys, I can hunt impala. There's plenty of those. There's just no more gazelle." And Bob says, "Yeah, I know that." Larry says, "Well, you should have been willing to change, and you should have been willing to do something different instead of the same old thing, because now, look where you are. You're hungry with no other ability to feed yourself." So what's the moral of the story? It's pretty obvious, right? We have to be willing to change because things around us change. And if we're not willing to change with the things around us, we're going to get left in the dust. So Larry, you know, figured, hey, be good to learn some new things. It would be good to figure out how to hunt some other animals, just in case I may need them down the road. But Bob was so set in his ways, he was so sure he didn't need to learn anything, and he didn't want to change his ways, that he ended up being hungry, right? So obviously it's a simple story about two leopards, but I think the principle is pretty clear. If you're not willing to change, you will just stay in the same place you always are. You can complain, you can blame everybody else for why things haven't changed for you, but at the end of the day, change comes from within. And if we're not willing to take action and we're not willing to accept change and go with change and move in the direction that change is going, we're just going to be left behind. So what are you going to do? So if you're a teenager, right, look at what's going on with COVID. I mean, it is so crazy how you guys have to learn right now, whether you're in college or high school. I mean, this is not normal. But here's the thing. There's a lot of you out there that are just saying, you know what, it's what it is, and I need to make the best of it, and I'm going to. And you're surviving, and you're doing okay. And then there's a lot of you out there who are frustrated and angry and in a bad mood and getting depressed because of this. And I understand how you feel, and I certainly empathize with you. But I'm asking you, flip your mindset just for a second. Just learn a little acceptance. You know, the situation is what it is. You can't control it. And if you could just kind of accept it and say, it sucks, but it's what it is right now, and I need to just come to terms with it. Once you do that, you can be open to the change. And all of a sudden, it will become a little more normal for you and less stressful, and you'll probably do a lot better. So nobody wants change, especially drastic change. That was thrust on you guys. But the reality of it is it's here, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. So if you don't learn to adjust and go and change with the times, you're going to be left behind, and you're going to be feeling really deflated and feeling bad. But if you just accept it and move on, you'll probably do a lot better, and you'll learn a lot from this lesson. And this will serve you many years down the road when you're an adult. You'll be able to look back and look at just what you went through and how much you learned from this struggle. So this will make you stronger, not weaker. So be willing to change. Unwillingness to change just holds us back. Okay? Have an awesome day.